What it do, man? It's your boy Battle Truth coming to you live and direct from the Battle Truth headquarters. Let's get right off into this, man. DJ Academics, Whack 100 was doing an interview the other day, man, and Whack 100 let it be known that Big U may have been responsible for Surf being indicted. According to Whack 100, Big U is in the documentations of Surf RICO law indictment. According to Whack 100, for a long time now, he been exposing that Big U was working with the police. And apparently he wasn't lying with all the evidence that's coming out now. And Big U got too careless and greedy with what he was doing, believing he was in so well with the officials at the same time working with them. He thought he would be given a pass, and he tried to play both. He got caught up in his own greed, like he continued to do. And it's crazy the things he was doing that continue to come out on him. Now, since he gone, so many people now feel more comfortable that they want to make sure he gone, that they now stepping up and actually giving all type of help to the police to make sure that he's put away for good. And they're not afraid no more. They're not caring. So in this whole ordeal, we see that apparently he won't be getting out anytime soon. During this whole ordeal, we see that. So when you see what's going on in this situation, Whack 100 and DJ Academic was talking, and Whack 100 let it be known that Big U has something to do with Tsunami Surf indictment. Let's listen.
He is, nigga, and I'm glad your light is on. Guess what? He had a contract with the 77th Street Unit Gang Division, LAPD, and the nigga thought one thing will protect him from another.
Facts. So look what he said. So he had a contract with the LAPD gang unit. So according to what's being said about that contract, that Big U was getting paid from the Los Angeles County to give them information on gang activities that was going on around the communities and things like that. Also, Luke Cannon spoke about something like this too, that Big U would be selling them guns, but then he'll be writing down the serial numbers of the guns he was selling them. In other words, he was working with the authorities while doing side deals for himself on the side too, without the authorities' knowledge. So he'll be giving them what they want at the same time making hustles on the side for himself to get what he wants. So he would be setting people up with the police and things like that, giving them intel on what was going on in the neighborhoods and communities and crimes and things like that, that not only was he involved in or assisting, but also things that he wasn't, that he found out about, so that he can continue to get checks for them, because he was on a contract with them. And the contract consisted of him giving them intel and information on crimes and things that take place in the communities that, again, his hand was heavily involved in, that we starting to see through his indictments, from robberies, murders, extortions, So he's trying to play both sides, believing that he was comfortably in. And that's one of the most tragic things he can do, seeing that when you're dealing with things like this, politics are involved. And you better make sure you walking a fine line and being clean when you're dealing in politics, when you have all these different parties competing against each other for each other's seats, and they looking into the background of everybody and all type of money that's being exchanged, and for them to find out that some of these seats they running for and want for their certain parties is financing criminals and mafia, and no, they're gonna be on your heels. So You got everybody looking in on you. So that's another reason why I ain't surprised about this indictment. But also, let's listen to some more of this because I want to get in depth on something too.
That's all it was, bro.
Wait, you think he was working and just like he?
That's a fact.
Oh,
bro.
Man.
Why else would he just be so freelance with it, bro?
That's a good point.
He thought he was, bro. He really thought he was for real.
Yeah, this nigga Big U was out here working, man.
Bro, look at it. Act. I sent you the Sue Surf shit. He's in the indictment. They named his information in there. His Instagram and everything. Big U1, phone numbers, everything. Okay.
Yeah, why he never changed his number if he knew there was up on him?
Here it comes. I'm glad your light is on now. Now your fucking light is on. That's 2022. He's named in the indictment. I sent you the work. You're reading it.
Wait. All right. So, hold on. Wait. So help me break. So do you think that maybe he knew something was up, but he's like, yo, if I start working and they're gonna get what they're gonna get, they're gonna leave me alone?
I think he thought he had leniency coming, bro.
Okay. So according to that, Whack 100 said he had the paperwork and everything proving that Big U had something to do with Tsunami Surf's indictment. He is in the paperwork and everything. And this is the thing that we see what's going on, man. And this is what I'm trying to tell y'all. Again, ain't no rules to the game. People is only out for self and they are cutthroat, okay? You can't, listen, man, y'all better use y'all common sense, man. The Bible say, cursed is the man who put his trust in man. When y'all start opening y'all eyes and seeing the real truths of what's going on, this stuff will literally bring you to a whole new level of how to move when dealing in survival. You have to know this for sure. When dealing with gangs and things like that, they don't even have respect and love for each other. They tolerate each other as a means of being under the same umbrella, but they become enemies to their own selves. And why it's so easy that when they do get locked up, they tell on each other, lay with each other, women, rob and steal and take from each other. People who are in the same gang. They said, what's the saying they say out there in California? You're not a Crip until you kill a Crip. Think about that. You're not a Crip until you kill a Crip. So why would I want to be a Crip? Blood. You have to shed blood to show your worth to actually be a part of it. So they come in these things with curses on them. The Bible say, whoever sheds man's blood, by man shall his blood also be shed. That is a law from God. So you coming into these things with curses, and you wonder why the end result is murder and prison every time. Every time. 10 times out of 10 times, that's the result. Murder and prison. Why would I want to be involved in that? Another thing they do, and we seen this to be true. We see this all the time. And this is what I be trying to tell y'all, man. This whole stuff is just fake. This is nothing but Satanism dressed up to appear to look like it's real when it's nothing but devil worshiping. Let me give you an example also of what I mean. When you look at what goes on, Cripping and blood and things like that. Have you noticed if you're not from where we from, you're not considered what we are, even though you claiming what we are? Look at the thing that goes on. So Big U was also setting up New York City, New Jersey Crips. Surf used to always talk about the big homies, speaking of Big U and things like that. Because people use that as validation to substantiate themselves as being what is called a real nigga or a street nigga. I know Big U personally. I know the homies. I know this. But you don't live out there with him. For the most part, he got a inner circle that plots like him, who was involved in what he was doing. That's why you just saw them all indicted together. Even though you calling yourself a part of the gang and things like that, they never look at, and we know this to be true. California Crips don't look at New York Crips as the same Crips. California Bloods don't look at other Bloods and other places as the same thing. We see this all the time. Most people who Crips and Bloods from other places other than California, and even some who even in California, when they find themselves wanting to go to the mainland, they be getting stuck up and robbed because they be thinking like, oh, I'm a Crip too. I'm finna go out there where the Crips at. I'm finna go to Watts. I'm finna go to Long Beach. I'm finna go out to all these areas where they at, Compton and Crenshaw and all these places, because that's the mainland by which you represent in another state. But you get there and find out it ain't love like you thought it was. You ain't our Crips. You ain't from the hood. You ain't from the land. For instance, Jersey and them got rolling 60 Crips. Blocks that's named in neighborhoods in California. But New Jersey, how could you be called that if it ain't even the blocks of where it started from by which it is named? So they don't respect out-of-towners as who they are. And you see this happens all the time. The same thing happened with Hitman Holla's situation. He was claiming to be Bloods, and he was set up by Bloods in California when he went out there to visit, because they don't look at him as being them. They do this all the time. That's why I'm saying, when you get to a point of when you become grown, man, you have to know better. When you become grown, you have to know better, man. You got to know that my gang is my children. That's my gang. My gang is my woman and my children. That's my gang. Because I don't have control over anything that don't belong to me. My children belong to me. My woman is mine. My wife is mine. Anything that don't belong to me, I have no power over. I can't control what happens outside my door, but I control what goes on in my home. That's your game. That's your priority. And you can't do the streets and family together, because you're going to always have to make a choice. And when you don't make the choice because you ain't man enough to, then the streets will make it for you. Sad thing about it is it's going to be a choice you don't want. That's the sad thing about it. So it's like, damned if you don't. Damned if you don't. And as a man, that's your responsibility to know the truth, to lead your people into truth. That's your responsibility. Brothers, keep on repeating those revolving doors, going in and out of those same revolving doors. Just keep going in and out of those revolving doors over and over again. And knowing the outcome and still thinking it's going to change the rules. Doing the same thing, expecting different results. Brothers be getting indicted in neighborhoods, and the feds come get them out. And then a group of people come post up and set up shop right there in them same neighborhoods everybody just got indicted from. So it's just like the feds go fishing. You know how you find your fishing spot? So you take your bait, you put it on a hook, and you throw it out there. You wait, then when the fish come get the bait, then you reel them in. Put it in the bucket, throw it out there again. That's the same thing they do. They set up all type of surveillance around communities and neighborhoods, wiretaps and everything, cameras everywhere, snitches in and out. Then they do indictments. Then when they get enough intel information, they come do a sweep of their neighborhood and area that they had all rigged up for years on this investigation. They get them out. Then guess what niggas on the block be like, man, you know they got the homies, man. They came and got like 20 of them. Oh, they gone now. Now we can go over there and get that money. Now we can set up shop now. So they go right back to the same place that's already still wired, still cameraed, still snitches in and out. And they let them hustle for a couple years, building up another indictment, and they build their careers on these fools. Steady thinking they getting away with it because they ain't been arrested. Then you get indicted. Then they tell you, yeah, we've been watching you for 3 years. We've been watching y'all for 5 years. Huh? Yeah, we've been watching y'all for 5 years. So while you thought getting away for 5 years, while you thought you was hustling, and we let you make that money because we build our cases on y'all. We were watching you when you started out just selling an 8-ball. Yeah, we know you dealing in keys now, but we've been watching you ever since you've been dealing in just 8 balls. We let you work your way up to a key so that we can have a bigger case when we come and get you to build our careers. See, they build their careers off this stuff. This stuff is all about politics. But you can't fault people when you choose to play the game. When you choose to play the game. They could drop a pound of cocaine smack dead in the middle of the hood, but can't do nothing to you till you go out and get it. You choosing to play the game. You choosing to play the game. This is the same fall of Adam and Eve. God gave Adam and Eve the whole entire world and all that is in it. Dominion and control over all the animal, beasts, flocks, fowls of the air. Everything they see, fruits of the trees and everything you can eat freely. He said, but this tree right here of knowledge of good and evil, this one little thing, leave it alone. Don't touch it. Don't touch it. And then the devil came in later on when they were going about their life. Okay, we respect what's yours, God. Think about that. God gave them the whole entire world, but said just this little tree right here, this belong to me. Leave this one alone. This one mine. Because there's a loyalty thing there. Think about that. You got everything, but you focusing on the little thing that's mine. Even though you already got everything. You don't have a need or want for nothing. You want mine too? Why you want mine too? And the devil came in, and what he did was turn their direction towards what they didn't have and made them forget about everything they do have. We repeat that same thing every day in life. We always looking at what we don't have, and we forget what we do have. A woman that loves you, children that need you, you got your, and look up to you, children who look up to you, who need you to live, to guide them, to direct them. You got your health where you can actually turn your situation around. You're in the land of opportunities where you can be and do anything you want as long as you set your mind to it. But you want to focus on what you don't have and not being appreciative of what you do have, by which you are blessed and already rich. You already rich in your family. You already rich in that woman, a man who loves you. But your mind so focused on what you don't got, you neglect what you do have. And you sacrifice it, going after the lie, rather building on the truth of what you know to be true. We fell in those same situations. It's hard to feel sorry for these brothers and sisters when they sign up for this stuff and they grown. Ain't like we talking to children. Ain't like we talking to children. We talking about grown men and women, man, repeating these same cycles. We so conditioned to hate, and we don't call it out like it is. With that being said, man, it's your boy Battle Truth. So there go right there. Now we need to get into that paperwork to see that. So I'm gonna get my people on it. How Big U may have assisted in the RICO law indictment of Tsunami Surf, seeing that he had contracts with government officials and the LAPD, believing he was going to get any type of leniency, by which he was playing both sides, that led to his indictment also. So it is what it is. With that being said, it's your boy Battle Truth. It ain't my judgment that's in question. It's yours.